Morena. We are at Waihi Gorge, our second morning here. A bit warmer this morning. It was positive temperatures as we had a bit of cloud cover first thing, but it's now crystal clear outside and we're heading off to...
Try telling that to the washing up water, which doesn't want to heat up. We're heading off to Ashburton Lakes, to Clearwater Lake.
So we're going to go there. We're going to go through Geraldine first and do a little bit of shopping, drop some rubbish and go to the dump station, and we'll see. So it's lovely here this morning. Had some campers turn up at some point. We didn't know they were there until I went to the toilet in the middle of the night at the toilet block, and they just kind of appeared. That's cool. It's a cool place though. I can see why. I'm surprised there aren't more people here. So we love this place. Really great. Not a lot to do, but it's a nice spot for camping in this kind of weather anyway. So we'll head off. See you later. So yeah, the road's quite rutty, so you just need to be aware of that and take it easy, because there's quite a lot of little tiny potholes and a lot of corrugation on this road, and we're only about, I'd say, a third of the way along, and we're sort of averaging about 40 k's an hour. It's beautiful though, absolutely beautiful. So we just pulled into the Lake Clearwater campground, just having a look around and see where we want to park up. It's a beautiful part of South Island, eh? We haven't been here before. It's pretty magic. So we'll sort ourselves out and set up. So we had a look at Lake Clearwater camp and decided it might not be the nicest of the camps up here, so we're going to try camp 1 or 2, we're not sure which one of these. So there's a camp here, and this must be camp 2, and down the end on the beach is camp 1, I think. It's getting a bit rough. So this is where we parked up, Camp 1 on Lake, which lake is this?
Lake Camp, surprisingly.
Oh, it's called Lake Camp, and it's absolutely amazing. So Clearwater was okay. I guess it looks like a lovely place for a day trip, and there's boat ramps and stuff over there, and lots of benches and things. But this is what you come up here for. from Lake Camp. It's the Tuesday the 19th of May, and it's been a very cold morning. Woke up at 6:30, it was -1. By the time it was half time for the Arsenal game, it was -5. So I think we must have had some mist, and then the sun came out and it got cold. Beautiful here though, we can go for a drive.
From the Hakateri Conservation Area. We've just been staying at Lake Camp for the night at the which end of the eastern end, which was absolutely beautiful, and we're now heading up the road into Lord of the Rings country to find Mount Edoras, or Edoras?
To where Edoras was set.
Okay, the place where Edoras was set. You can tell I didn't really pay that much attention when I watched the videos. So we're off.
Oh yeah.
See you later.
So we're at the Mount Summers track, which is something to do with Edoras from Lord of the Rings. So I'm guessing we're walking towards where that was based. It's hard to tell because there's quite a lot of cloud around.
I can't see a thing.
So we might not be able to see much at all.
Beautiful, isn't it? Hello, peepsies.
Oh, by the way, it's still 1 degree. So it's still pretty chilly out here. And wherever there's no sun, there's still ice and frozen water. So it's pretty cold. The stream is, or river is running really fast down off these hills. Maximum load 1 person. I had quite a lot of breakfast, so I'm a little concerned about this. A real lightweight one. Very bouncy. Your turn. Yeah. This is over half of the salmon in the Rangitoto River spawn in this, it's called Deep Creek. So it's the end of spawning season. There's a lot of salmon die obviously at the end of that, and you know, circle of life and all that. This looks amazing, the water looks incredible. This is the capital of the Rohan in the film Lord of the Rings.
Which one? All of them?
It was in front of this. So they did some digital enhancement, I think, but it's hard to tell. But it looks like this side of the hill. I'll have to go back and check the film.
Oh no, that's like at least 40 hours of watching.
And I think we can climb up the top. So, you up for that?
Ah, see how it goes.
Yeah, steep. It's getting a bit steep. Over there is the Rangitoto River. We're almost at the top. walked up the steep way, but there is a longer, shallower path up to the top as well, which is the marked path. But we chose this one.
Yes, why not?
And Sarah did it. Amazing. This place is gobsmackingly
Amazingly
awesome.
gorgeous.
It really is. And we're at the top. Oh, this is amazing.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. So this is why we travel in New Zealand, because this is absolutely mind-blowing, this place.
It is spectacular.
It's the top of the Mount Somers track, Edoras and the Lord of the Rings, and it looks like this. See local inhabitants. They are everywhere. Come on. So when we drove down here earlier, it was you couldn't see anything because we're in the fog, but now the fog's all lifted. Back from a drive, and before it gets too late and the sun disappears, I'm going to go for a cycle around the lake, and Sarah's going to relax here.
Yeah. Cup of tea and biscuit.
In the sunshine. There's us. Most of our neighbours have left. Just the goat tent over there packing up, and there's a juicy van down the end of the camp, and that's it.
We'll get anybody new tonight.
Yeah, might get some more people in. Warning, track closed for winter months. So the track is, can be driven on this track in the summer, but not in the winter months, so that's why it says track is closed. It's still good for walking and cycling, so I'm going to go around here. This should take me back to the camp at Camp Lake. Oh, I can see the entrance to the camp. It's almost 6 o'clock, the sun's gone down. We've got this beautiful sort of landscape silhouetted by the sun going over the horizon. It's absolutely amazing here. Morning. Well, it's actually almost afternoon. It was a very cold start this morning, -4. But the weather's changing here, so we've driven up to Lake Heron. We've just driven up to the very top of it, all the way from where I was pointing, and we've come to the end of the road. We're looking for a walk. I think it's back. I think we've gone past it, so we'll drive back. But the wind has picked up, the weather's definitely changed. The wind seems to be coming from the north, so it's a lot warmer. Yeah, so I think there's some weather coming in tomorrow. Tonight will be our last night at Lake Camp. And then we're going to head towards Ashburton sort of area, south of Christchurch, for a few nights, and do some other stuff. So we're just taking some photos and we'll go and find this walk. By the way, it's Wednesday the 20th, in case anyone's wondering. I was. See ya. So we've stopped at a car park for, what's the track here?
I can't remember. Oh, Lake Hill, I think it's called, and it's at Lake Heron.
And it's blowing a gale, and I've lost the windsock off this, which is why some of the audio is bad. So I'm standing behind the car, so you can hear me. So we're going to go for a walk and see what this is like, and take our lunch. And it's too windy, we'll just come back. But it's yeah, it's definitely getting windy. So we're going to try and have our lunch here in this crazy wind, but yeah, we'll see how long we last. We could just walk down, but it's quite beautiful. The sun's coming up from behind the really high clouds, but the weather's definitely changing. You can feel it, and you can see it up in the sky. The clouds are changing. But it's probably a beautiful walk. I mean, it's a beautiful walk now, but a day like yesterday would have been even more amazing. It's an incredible part of the country. So we've come back from Lake Heron, and the weather's definitely picking up, but we're going to go for a cycle ride down to, where we're going, Lake
Emma.
Lake Emma, which is literally just, the cycle ride just starts just behind the caravan over here. You can see the green sign over there.
In fact, the lake was named after, is it the original Avengers? Lake Emma and Lake Neil.
There's also a lake roundabout. I think that's named after Magic Roundabout Gate. So Sarah bailed early on the ride. Oops, there was my bell. That was a good thing she did, because it's definitely a grade 2 mountain bike track. Some of it was literally a stream, so you had to cycle across rocks and water up to maybe half a foot deep, and then there's a couple of bits of quite thick mud which are all over my shoes now. So luckily it's all downhill to this point, but I've got to go back now. So what I'm going to do, so that fancied cycling up back through that same stuff, is I can go all the way around the lake, which is just here. Here's Lake Emma. I go all the way around the bottom, and way over there in the distance is the main road, gravel road, back up to the camp. So I'm going to do that. It's starting to get a bit dark as well. The clouds, this front is starting to come over, so I'll should probably get back now anyway. It's a fun ride though, if you don't mind a bit of wet, bit of mud, bit of slipperiness, some quite narrow grooves and things. There's nothing really steep or really, well, there's one little bit where it was too steep for me, I had to get off, but there's nothing really that steep here, so it's a good fun ride. Anyway, let's crack on and get back and So change of plan. I've just seen how far it is around the bottom of the lake, and to get to the road it's probably another 6 to 10 kilometres from here, and then another at least 10 kilometres up the road. So I'm going to go back. Oh, it won't be 10 kilometres, maybe 4 or 5. I'm going to go back the way I've come, back up the rough and the guts, uphill and into the wind. So luckily I've got the e-bike and I've got enough battery. It's going to be fun. I think it'll be hot and sweaty at the end of it. Change of plans. We were going to hang around for another night, but there's a wind warning on Met Service. The windy said it was going to get windy, but Met Service is going to get really windy. So I think we're going to leg it. It's already picking up now, and it's going to get much windier overnight. And it's very exposed here because the wind's just whipping in from the mountains over there. You can see the whitecaps on the lake. So we're going to go down to Mayfield. There's a domain there. It's about half an hour to drive down there. Just get us out of this exposed area and out of the wind warning zone. Well, it's a wind, I don't know what, it's not quite a warning yet, but it could turn into gales and stuff. Anyway, we're going to pack up and go. It won't take us very long. And it's been a wonderful campsite. We love this place. We'll definitely come back. I want to come back in the winter, in proper winter when there's lots more snow. So we've got a few things to pack up. And we'll get going. Right, so off we go. The sun's just going down over the mountains and the clouds. The front's coming in over the mountains as well. It's quite beautiful. And Sarah's directing me up the potholed track.
So with your tyres pretty much where I am.
Gotcha. There's one really big divot in this track, coming in and out of this camp where Sarah's walking now.
What's the best on this, because there is quite a divot.